So give these guys a hand. Probably the best part about working at Nebraska Christian College is you get to watch students come in and just continue to develop and grow and just love to see what God does in all of your lives and how he continues to give you his gifts and continue to grow you and develop you. And like the way a student comes in and then the way they leave are like two completely different things, and it's beautiful. And I love it, and I love you guys, and I love seeing all that God does in you and through you. And so seeing this, like every time somebody leads worship or every time somebody's leading something or preaching, and it's a student, and just watching how you guys are growing is like the highlight of why the faculty and staff here do what we do. And so keep going after it. Keep pursuing hard as you can, after what God has called you to. And where you end up will be a beautiful thing. Today for chapel, we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to call up Shannon Sears. Shannon is our student body president. And so I just wanted to today take a little bit of time and ask her some questions about, like what is student body president? Like, what do you do?
As student body president, a lot of what I do is unseen by the students. I have a lot of meetings with Theo and Christy and Scott. I helped them a lot this summer. We sat in on meetings discussing what this housing system is going to look like this year and how that's all going to take place and what the best way is to develop and equip student body on campus and develop everyone to be church leaders and yet have fun and grow together and learn together. So I have a lot of meetings. I meet with faculty, students, the student government. I meet with them a lot and talk with them about what we want student body to look like and the expectations that we have on this campus.
So like you represent the students to all the faculty and staff pretty much.
That is true.
Yeah. So what would make you want to do such a thing?
Okay, I first wanted to be student body president so I could be a voice for all of the students as one body. There's a lot of us on campus, and if everybody is constantly like going to Theo about something, he's totally going to be overwhelmed, and it's going to be crazy. So I first wanted to be a voice for the student body, making sure that everyone's voice is heard, and if you guys had concerns or anything, you had someone that you could trust to go to, and what you have to say won't just get thrown under a table and forgot about, but I would bring those to the right people to make sure that your voice is heard and everybody's voice on campus is heard as one. I also wanted to invest into each student on campus and help form you guys into the leaders that you're supposed to be for Christ, making sure that you're doing what you're doing on campus and off campus reflects Christ, and that you're being well equipped by the faculty and the staff.
So when you signed up to be student body president, things were not quite like they are. We created the whole house system in the spring of last year, unveiled it, and then and you were already student body president, elected by the student body, of course. And then through the whole summer, we implemented this new system. So why did you support it? Like, why did you decide to be a part of it and champion it like you have?
Yeah, I had a meeting with Scott, Christy, and Theo over the summer, and they proposed this idea. First they proposed to us before the school was over to all of student government about this housing system and what they want it to look like. Then I met with them, and we had a deep conversation about what we should be equipped with as students at a Bible college and what that should look like. And they threw out really scary statistics about how many kids graduate from Nebraska Christian College and actually are placed into full-time ministry positions. And the numbers that we came up with were really low, and that scared me. Like, we're here for 4 years, and most of the students weren't going into full-time ministry jobs, so why was that? So we all collaboratively thought about that and said, like, hey, if there's a way, how can we make that happen to make sure that every student is going into full-time ministry right after graduating? So when they told me their ideas about the house system and what it's all going to look like, I was totally on board because I was excited about the idea of, okay, 3 years from now, 100% of the students are going to be well enough equipped to be serving full-time in ministry. That's 150 more church leaders out in the world, and that's exciting. So I just love that idea, so I wanted to go with it, and throughout more and more meetings, we got into more detail about what that's going to look like and how we're going to form these house systems. And so you're going to be taking everything you're learning in Institute, everything you're learning in classes, everything your mentors are teaching you, everything your house presidents are telling you, and you're going to be equipping those into your daily lives. And that's not going to stop after this year in your housing system. That's going to continue all throughout college at Nebraska Christian College and in your ministries. And then after you graduate, everything you learn in these housing systems, you're going to know how to do. And so you're going to be ready and equipped to go lead in a church right after you graduate.
So piggybacking off from that, what makes you most excited about house life, and specifically as you being a house president yourself?
As a house president, I am super excited to get to know my group of girls. Last year, I ran a D group, which is our devotional groups on campus that we had, and I loved getting to know every single girl individually, why God called them there, how he equipped them all so uniquely, but then together how we could serve and make an impact. So this year, I'm super excited to get to know my house and watch them develop into these amazing leaders that God has created them to be, and see how they grow and form and transform throughout the year. And then as a whole, I'm totally excited to see each individual house and how they grow and the impact that they're making on God's kingdom, because it's going to be amazing. And since our house champions are all super amazing too, so I'm excited to see the relationships and everything that comes out of those.
Yeah, Shannon had a killer D group last year, and she started out, and you were like, everybody's different. Like, we don't have a whole lot of common ground, and they just pursued it together. And by the end of the year, they had shirts, and they were running around, and they were one of the most consistent groups on campus because they all committed to it. So, and that was a lot of why she is in the position she is in, because she did such a great job loving those girls into community. And so if you were a part of her group, you got to feel what that was like. So what impact, as student body president, do you want to make this year?
The main impact that I want to have is being able to represent the students in a godly manner and see any change that needs to occur on campus take place in order to do so. There's a lot that goes on at this campus that could be tweaked here and there, and so I just want to have the impact of being able to talk with students, talk with faculty, and together be one body and one mind with the faculty, staff, and students, and everybody be on the same page, and being able to change what needs to change so that we're being equipped at the best to our ability for ministry in the future. Oh, and, sorry, one more. I also want to make intentional relationships with every person on campus. I love people and getting to know people, and so I want to be able to make intentional relationships with everybody, and I want to teach other leaders on this campus how to do the same thing too, because sometimes it's really hard to reach out to people that aren't exactly like you, and so you're not sure how to do it, but for some reason that's something that God has gifted me with, which is awesome. So I want to be able to invest into each student and teach them how to invest into others.
I think that means she'll buy each of you coffee.
Maybe if I have a lot of money.
No, just kidding. Let's see. If you could say one thing to these students as just kind of an encouragement for this school year, kind of coming from your perspective, what would that be?
Don't let fear get in the way. A lot of times, I know for instance, came to Bible college excited because it was Bible college. I'm like, how hard can the Bible really be? It's going to be super easy. I'm just getting a counseling degree. Why go to a secular college and get a counseling degree when I can go to a Bible college and it'll be easier to get? Well, that's totally wrong. Bible college is hard, guys. You are here for a purpose and you were called here for a reason, and it's not going to be a piece of cake. I am a great example of that. It's hard, and a lot of times fear gets in the way of that. We start fearing, are we really equipped for this? Does God really want me to do this? Can I really lead? How can I, from where I come from, preach like Jordan Reese can preach? How can I love on people like Professor Haynes loves on people? And we start comparing ourselves, and we let all of our fears and doubts get in the way, and that's because we're allowing Satan to attack us and bring us down. We are going to make a huge impact in God's kingdom. If in 3 years, 100% of the students that graduate are going into ministry, that's going to do great change in the world. And that scares, we're taking people away from Satan. We're investing into God's kingdom, making great impacts for his kingdom. So we're a threat to Satan and what he wants to do. So he's going to attack us the hardest. So I encourage everyone to take their house groups seriously, take their roommates and suite mates seriously, and get involved in groups and talk to people about what you're struggling with your fears and doubts, how Satan's attacking you. Be vulnerable with that, because if you surround yourself with prayer warriors to be praying you through those hard times, then we're not going to have as many people turning around and leaving because fear got in the way.
So, Shannon, I want to thank you for being willing to lead. With house positions, every one of you has a little bit of a role where you're giving time every week. And as the student body president and as a house president, her time commitment is significantly more. And so she gives a lot of extra time to make sure that things are running well around here with the student body. And as the school year goes on, you're going to see more and more of her doing stuff with the houses and leading you guys. And so it's a huge commitment from her, and we just appreciate that and are excited about your leadership on campus and then how you guys get to lead as well. So,
thanks, Theo. I also want to say one more thing. As student body president, feel free to come and talk to me about anything you need to talk about that you think needs addressed. Ask me for my phone number, shoot me a text, call me, email me. Our emails are pretty simple, first initial, last name. Or stick a note in my mailbox, pull me off to the side. Come talk to me. I'm open to everybody. I want to be committed to the students and the faculty to make sure that we're all united and all on the same page. And with that said, go ahead and dismiss into your house groups. You should know where you're going. If not, find your house leader. We'll kind of mingle around a little bit. Thanks, guys.